5, 4, 3, 2. What's good, everybody? We are back again for a very, very special and final episode of the regular season.
Last week, man.
Of NFL football. I go by the name of Rip16, and I am still great.
Tied of Jet.
And we are the Mighty No Edge podcast duo. Back for week 18 of the NFL season, the last week of the NFL season, as I just stated. A lot of things still on the table, still some playoff implications, still some playoff seeding implications that is very important because some teams are trying to fight for a first round bye. Some teams are trying to fight for some better first round matchups, maybe a potential home game here or there. They fighting. So still a lot to see, a lot to watch, a lot to talk about.
4 teams fighting to get in.
And it's 4 teams still fighting to get in. So got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, but make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. That is still hella important because we still got some things to talk about. Still a lot for you to know. Still some bets for you to win. Still some things to get done. So, I mean, you know, all the reason. Anything you want to tell the people before we dive in?
Lock in, chat.
Yeah, man, lock in, man. I ain't going to do a GOAT talk, but I'm going to just tell you that greatness is within you. So this is the time to lock the fuck in and win. Mm-hmm. Because if you done took some L's, this is your chance to right the ship right before the playoffs. And that's going to narrow it down to get rid of some of these sucky teams. So that's going to make it a little bit better for you betting in the playoffs. Hopefully. But without further ado, let's dive into a wonderful segment as I take a shot called Takeaways.
Hey, what do you got? That is cut!
Yeah, man. So, as I've been starting off takeaways, I just can't seem to dodge this burning sensation that I've been having lately.
What's that?
To say I told you so. I told you. What'd
you tell the people, man?
I told you Tampa Bay Buccaneers was cooked a couple weeks ago. I've been saying it for a couple weeks.
They've been chopped for a month and a half.
And you still had an inkling of faith.
I had a little
You
faith
had a little
in
bit
them.
of faith in them. I could tell because you took them for 5.5 points versus the Dolphins. And I told you, I don't like it. You said Quinn Ewers, he's starting against a rookie. I was like, I don't care. Tua's been mostly clocked out anyway. So what are we talking about? Quinn Ewers did the job he needed to do against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Devon Achane did what he been doing. So like I said, they've been cooked. The Dolphins have been playing better, so I'll give them some credit for that. A lot of credit for that dub.
Yeah,
but
they didn't give up on Mike McDaniels. They kept playing. They keep playing. They playing hard. They're competitive.
McDaniels is pulling a Raheem Morris right now.
He really is.
You know you was cooked, and now you want to come out and start coaching way better and start winning games.
Yeah.
Y'all
but
think
he's a
you're
capable
slick.
head coach. We've seen he took his team to the playoffs. They got smacked in the playoffs first round.
Yeah,
so,
they did.
I mean, they can get there. But, you know, it's just showing that them boys are still out there playing for him and playing, being competitive.
Yeah.
Especially in a situation where Tampa Bay, you know, they've been must-win weeks for a month now, and they haven't been winning.
They've been chiefing.
Yeah.
Let's just say it. They've been chiefing.
Yeah, Baker.
You've been in must-win
first 3 weeks.
situations.
He was, you know, MVP candidate and all of this and that. And
For sure.
He fell off a cliff.
He did. We ain't heard him. We ain't heard from him about 2 months.
Highly disappointed in Tampa Bay, man. I had some faith in them, and I'll be honest with you, the faith ran out. That was the last straw.
Well, the other game I told you about was the Eagles versus the Bills. Mm-hmm. Now, this one was a highly competitive game. Josh Allen, to his credit, did put on his cape, and he tried to make another heroic comeback.
Yeah, he did.
Almost did, but a 2-point conversion couldn't get a connection on that pass, and that was ball game.
Yeah.
Now, it was a very low-scoring game. It was defensive. I will give the Buffalo Bills some credit. Their defense played much better than I thought they would play. However, this was a huge win for the Eagles. And I had a feeling that they were starting to click after those, gimme games they had.
Did they click, though?
they were starting to click in the sense that, you balanced it out with the run and the pass. It was an atrocious second half, though.
Oh, my gosh.
To not get any passing yards?
I think they only had like 17 total yards in the second half.
I don't think he had any passing yards.
Yeah.
That was, now, what I was saying last week is I felt like the Eagles were clicking.
Is that not concerning?
Coming off of those games. But having no yards in the second half of a football game is very concerning.
Yeah. Are we going to, is it because they were playing in Buffalo and the weather was bad, it was rainy, it was cold?
I can't get them the weather excuse because Philly, deals with very
similar
temperatures.
They were in fucking snow last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, Philly deals with inclement weather on a regular basis, so I can't give them that. Now a road game.
Because that was my question last week. Are they back?
I wanna give the Eagles more credit than they're playing up to, and that's the problem. I feel like they're doing that thing early on in the season where they were winning games, but the fashion in which they was winning the games was kind of ugly, kind of also reminiscent of the Chiefs in certain ways, which came back to bite the Chiefs ironically against them in the Super Bowl. And I feel like that's kind of what the Eagles are doing right now. Like you getting by, but I just feel like you gonna come across somebody either in the playoffs, and if you're very lucky, the Super Bowl, and it's gonna bite you in the ass.
The Eagles go as Jalen Carter goes,
which is odd.
Like especially on the defensive side of the football, man. When Jalen Carter plays, they all play phenomenal. The secondary plays better. He makes plays on special teams, blocking field goals.
Yeah, blocking the field goal is crazy. But I mean that makes sense. Because, if you generate enough pressure on the pass rush, it speeds up everything. You got less time to pass, your pockets collapsing, you not seeing certain guys who might have got open. The secondary doesn't have to cover as long because the pressure is so rapid in the backfield for the runs and the passes. It has a trickle-down effect, so I can definitely see that on the defensive end. But on the offensive side, though,
yeah.
To not move the ball passing,
got the most expensive offense in the league,
and to not be able to get any. I think he literally has 0 yards, bro. Passing.
Crazy. It was 17 total in the second half.
How do you get 0 yards passing?
And that's why a lot of people was talking about. Well, Buffalo shouldn't have went for 2. They should have kicked the field goal, extra point, tie the game up, go to overtime because Philadelphia wasn't moving the ball. They wasn't getting any yards on offense, and Buffalo had momentum and stuff like that. Why would you go for 2 at home in your own state? You know what I mean?
So growing up, we was kind of got accustomed to seeing football play a certain kind of way growing up. But when analytics became a lot more heavy and whatnot, a lot more teams are relying more on the analytics of the situation. So, I can understand that you might not want to leave it up to overtime to try to go out and get a win versus we got a better chance at just putting the dagger in them now than trying to drive all the way back down the field and get another win or risk injuries or anything like that or kickers missing or whatever the hell.
Fuck that.
So
Philadelphia couldn't move the ball. They didn't do anything in the second half. Kick extra point.
Extra valid, right?
Keep the momentum. Play defense. You've been playing good defense all second half.
You've been playing, and that's a very valid point that you bring up, which I think teams have to start thinking about, especially going into the playoffs.
Fuck the analytics.
The analytics is telling you these certain things, but you're not looking at the actual game and read your team. The Eagles weren't doing shit on offense. They just weren't doing shit on offense in the whole second half.
Yeah.
So I have no reason, if I'm the opposing head coach, to believe that my defense can't hold up against this offense that I've been seeing for the past 2 quarters. So tie the game up, go into overtime. I know they struggling to move the ball, and we are getting downfield because Josh Allen done put his damn cape on and clocked in.
But it's a double-edged sword too, right? Because they get the 2-point conversion. Yay! They win. It's a whole different outcome. We're not talking about this.
Right,
So
right.
Damn
I
if you
get
do,
it.
damn if you don't.
I mean,
but that's what comes with being the head coach.
that's part of being the head coach. That's why it's such a hard ass job. But my whole thing is, it's like just reading the situation
room,
in the game. I think in that particular scenario, you were damned for doing it.
Yeah.
So you should have just not did that.
But then I mean, granted, if you give Josh Allen that same situation or same throw 10 times, he makes it 9 out of the 10.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
But it's short field.
Yeah.
You're not asking. And the Eagles defense has played pretty well most of the game prior to maybe the last couple possessions that the Bills
Shakir
had.
was wide open. It was a good play. It was a good
play.
Everything. Just missed the throw.
Yeah, and I mean, and part of that might have been pressure.
Yeah.
Moving and, speeding up your time and throwing shit off. I mean, again, Jalen Carter effect.
Yeah.
But I just felt like that was very interesting in that game for both teams. For one, because we saw some flaws and chinks in the armor. The Bills can't constantly rely on superhero Josh Allen, and the Eagles still got some offensive issues to fix because you can't go out there and not move the ball off the pass in the whole second half and expect to win in the playoffs. Yeah. That's just, the teams you're playing against are too good for that. Yeah. It's too much on the line. So that's just something that I was taking away from that game in particular. I thought it was very key and very important. There was a couple other games, but I feel like we can kind of bundle some of this in and transition into another wonderful segment, big segment. Since we was just talking about the Eagles, we might as well go besides the Eagles. Eagles. So the Eagles got a dub, straight by. But I told you it was gonna win. I told you it was gonna be a close one. But besides the Eagles, who do you got as a contender, maybe a pretender, now that we get a very clear playoff picture, minus like one more spot, and we don't know the position, so we don't know what home games look like yet. Yeah. That's why this week is so important. But what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the playoff teams, right? Obviously, all but 2 positions of field, 2 slots of field, right?
One on each side.
Yeah, 12 out of the 14 of field. But as I'm looking at these teams, I'm looking at seems like all of these teams have a weakness / a case to make it to the big game, right?
For sure.
But I'm looking at, from my perspective, I'm looking at which teams are the most complete teams. And the 2 teams that I feel like are the most complete are the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots.
Did Tim put you up to it?
No, he didn't. He didn't. It's just by watching the games, bro. Like, if you look at it on the Jacksonville, let's start with the Jacksonville Jaguars side, right? Especially on the AFC side of things. Like, Trevor Lawrence in the past month has been playing the best football pretty much besides Drake May in the AFC.
But our argument with Trevor Lawrence is we only actually saw him compete against one good team.
Right, but still, nevertheless, you can't make up your schedule.
No, I get that.
You can't.
For sure.
You play who on your schedule, and if you play who on your schedule and you beat them up how you're supposed to, if they're bad teams and you go out there and dominate them,
bad teams,
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
For sure.
Bad quarterbacks, they're gonna go out there against a bad team and fuck it up. Right. Yeah. So offensively, in the quarterback position, they've been doing well. They've been running the ball okay. They got weapons offensively, receivers. That I've been seeing them being consistent with running the ball, passing the ball, tight ends, the whole 9. Defensively, we know they're one of the best defenses in the league. They lead the league in rush defense. They're up there in takeaways as well. So we know, like, as a whole, they are a complete team. Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way with New England, right? Mm-hmm. The argument with New England is the same thing. Well, they haven't played anybody. Well, you play who's on your schedule. But Drake May has been playing phenomenal. Just by looking at Drake May play, you can arguably say he might be, he obviously an MVP. He took that from Matt Stafford, or Matt Stafford gave it away to him. But Drake May is definitely the MVP in the league. And he's shown that over and over and over again, making deep passes down the field, whether it's him using his legs or whatever the case may be. He's been awesome in that standpoint. They run the ball okay, and defensively, they're very well coached, right? So They're not like the top of the league in the defense. They're like more of the middle of the pack of the defense, but like a bend don't break type of defense.
Right.
So I'm thinking like those two teams out of the whole league in the playoff picture are like the most complete teams. Now the NFC on that side, I think the NFC is wide the fuck open because we've seen flaws out of everybody.
Speaking of one of them teams you didn't mention, I know we ain't talk about it, but I'm throwing it in
Go for it.
as an audible. The Rams.
Mm-hmm. That's why I went to the NFC, yeah.
The Rams. The way they've been performing, right, over the past couple of weeks, and I do think the Devontae Adams injury,
it has an impact.
It has a big ass impact.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of those touchdowns that Matthew Stafford was throwing were to Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams got like 13 touchdowns on the season.
Right, he was going crazy on the touchdowns. So he was a red zone target for Stafford. Mm-hmm. You know, Puka can get you down the field, and Devontae was going to get you in the end zone.
And when they get down in that red zone, they struggle now.
And now they're struggling in the red zone. Kyron can't necessarily punch it in. Corum had a little injury and shit going on. So it was multiple factors. What I think the health is kind of hitting on the Rams, and it's making me question their contender pretender side with the injuries because of the performance. Losing that game against the Falcons quite honestly dominated most of that game.
100%.
We went to that game. We was out there in the crowd. Crowd was piped up, chat. It was a pick six. Falcons ain't got no pick six all damn season.
Almost had two.
Almost had two of them. It was just energy, but it was just like for the Rams, you really didn't see much out of them until late in the game. But I just feel like if you're going to be a contender, then you need to be beating up on teams that are not supposed to be as good as you.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the Rams doing that. Now, I've seen you lose to two NFC South teams. And we have said throughout the season that the NFC South is probably one of the weakest divisions, if not the weakest division in football.
Well, the thing that concerns me with the Rams is the defense. They run defense. They just allowing running. They letting.
But you got guys.
Yeah,
you know
not stopping.
Jared Verse made a phenomenal play on the kick.
Yeah, he blocked the field goal and recovered it. Yeah,
shows him impressive speed running the ball back too, because couldn't nobody catch him. But other than that, Kirk Cousins is not like a very mobile quarterback. I felt like Kirk Cousins had too much time to pass.
He got hit a few times, but I don't think he got sacked like that, if any.
He wasn't getting sacked like he was getting hit, but he might have got the ball off. But I felt like it was a few plays where he had all day to pass. Yeah, and I was surprised at that. So, I mean, I think in those scenarios, that's a bit of a concern for me for the Rams in particular, just because if y'all going to be a true contender going into the playoffs, now is not the time to start having a regression going into the playoffs. That's a bit of a concern, and it puts them a little pretenderish going to the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to do that because I still think they're getting some guys back. They should have Devontae back. By all reports, it seemed like Corum should be coming back. So, you should be getting your key players back to provide that balance back to your offense so that you get some more production. But y'all putting yourselves behind the 8 ball right now, and y'all should be in this conversation to be number one.
Yeah, they went from number 1 seed to what, the sixth seed?
They down there.
7th seed, something like that. They done dropped a lot.
Yeah, you're 6th seed now, and the only team underneath you is another team that's injured.
Yeah,
so
banged up Green Bay.
So yeah, that's a bit of a concern for me. Just the fact that the Rams have fell down, but I can definitely see your point about the Jags and the Pats being the most complete. And then we always talk about quarterback play. Drake May showing a lot of offensive prowess, beautiful passes, rushing the ball in. At the same time, he's doing everything that you want your quarterback to do. He's also staying safe while doing it. He's not really taking any grotesque hits or anything like that. So he's doing everything you want your quarterback to do, and they're winning games for the most part, with the exception of that one loss to the Bills in a very what the fuck happened in the second half type situation. But that was more so Josh Allen putting on a cape than anything.
Then they bludgeon the Jets like they should. Bad team, beat them up early.
That's what I want you to do. After you have a disappointing loss, you come back and you beat the hell out of the next team you play.
100%. Then you got the Texans. You know, they got a great defense. Everybody knows that. But the quarterback and the offense has been kind of their struggle this year. They haven't been.
There was some questions at one point if Davis Mills should have stayed.
Right. So it's like that's a question right there. I mean, CJ's not playing terrible, but he's not playing to the level we've seen for his rookie year.
I think CJ had such high expectations after his rookie year, that people kind of unfairly placed that 100%, on him.
100%.
And then the other thing is he had I'm not gonna necessarily give him a wide receiver excuse, because even without Tank Dell, Xavier Hutchinson and a couple of those other guys been able to step up, and they've been performing well. So I can't necessarily include the absence
even
of
Joe
Tank
Mixon
Dell.
being injured. I mean, Woody Mark's been doing okay.
Right.
He hasn't been terrible. So I mean,
the key impact players when he was playing that great have been supplemented for.
Yeah, and their offensive line hasn't been terrible like it's been previous years.
He got time to pass.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. So I think they have a deficiency there right now. With the Chargers, we all know what their issue is their offensive line is banged the hell up. One of the funniest things I seen was when they had the Chargers, doing their little Monday night preview, whatever, and it shows the Pro Football Focus rank. They were bottom 33 of 36, 36 of 38 or whatever as far as ranking on the offensive line.
That makes sense.
So that's like their weakness. I mean, Justin Herbert, he gets hit a lot. I don't think him as well as Geno Smith gets hit the most in the NFL right now. Yeah. Because those offensive lines are terrible. Yeah. Buffalo, we know what Buffalo issues are. Defensively, they haven't been that great. Outside of playing Philadelphia well, but over the long term, we see what their deficiency was, and then same thing with Denver, that great defense, and just do we trust Bo Nix? You know what I mean? One of those things, like offensively, like
I kind of feel that way about Trevor Lawrence though. Just bringing it full circle.
Yeah, but
they're the most complete team. But how he's been playing has been good.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's just that kind of thought in the back of your mind.
100%
like,
in the playoffs.
Do we trust this guy?
Right? Do we trust it? I said I think
the playoffs. We're gonna see
in
the playoff how he perform. I mean, for right now, I would definitely say they're a contender because you did bring up a very eloquent point about the defenses at one point earlier. A few weeks back, talking about how the defenses were just as important as maybe some of these quarterbacks or some of these some of these teams.
And that's the AFC side. Then I'll talk about this Pittsburgh and the Ravens. I mean, Pittsburgh, no DK Metcalf. They may not even get into the playoffs, but offensively, they're not doing anything crazy. Defense is like, if the Ravens get in, just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and we'll see if anybody can stop that.
Yeah, but that ain't been consistent either.
But even still, Snoop Huntley, he's been playing good. He played better than Lamar Jackson played all season. Granted, Lamar had a tougher schedule early on, but Snoop, he been playing well in replacement of Lamar Jackson. So we'll see what happens there. On the NFC side of things, Green Bay, they're banged up. They look like what the hell happened. The Rams, we just talked about them. The 49ers might be one of those sneaky teams because they just keep winning in excellent fashion, just feeding McCaffrey, and Brock Purdy is having an MVP-esque December. Been playing his ass off, and the defense been playing well, with all the injuries and so forth.
And regardless of the injury, who's missing, they still got the same firepower. They put up 40-something points, and they ain't even have Kittle.
Right. So, we got to, the defense does give up yards and stuff and points and stuff like that as they did against the Bears.
They did give up 38.
You know what I'm saying?
They did give up 38.
So, they can be had. Philadelphia, they can be had. The offense ain't firing all cylinders like we've seen. Seattle, their defense is great. The run game isn't all that great. And then there's a question around Sam Darnold and what's going on there. And who's the number one seed?
For which side?
That's the Bears. The Bears is another team. They're possibly a good team as well, but we don't. I mean, their defense gave up 42?
42 points to the
The defense
49ers.
gave up 42. They'll
Points.
run the ball.
But the 49ers are good. But, I mean, well, I can't give them that excuse because in the playoffs, everybody good.
Right.
So...
Yeah, and then obviously between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Panthers, you know, I don't think nobody really has any faith in them.
We're going to get into that in a second.
But yeah, the point is, like, everybody has flaws.
The problem is just putting a bow and a ribbon on it, like my esteemed co-host just said, chat. Everybody can beat everybody.
Yeah, everybody got a weakness.
So that's gonna make this playoffs very interesting. It's also gonna make this week 18 very interesting. So, with that being said, I guess we might as well just tap into a wonderful segment that we like to call Must See TV.
Must See TV.
Man, these folk got their hittish, no cap.
So, going into week 18 of the NFL season is some key important matchups still on the table. As we talked about, you know, it's a few teams still fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
4 teams in particular are still battling it out to see who's getting that last 2 slots or those last 2 slots. So first one, probably the biggest, got to go with Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Number 1 seed on the line.
Number 1 seed. So right now, the Seahawks are in the driver's seat of that. As it stands, they're 13-3, and the 49ers are 12-4. Now, if the 49ers can pull off a win, that will make them tied. And I believe, I want to make sure I'm telling y'all the right stuff. I believe that means that
What that mean?
the winner clinches the number 1 seed, a first round bye, home field advantage throughout the playoffs and the NFC West title. So the loser would then fall down, and they be locked into a 5th seed, regardless of any other outcome. So you have a potential to go from 1 to 5. And the reason why that makes a big ass difference is, 1, you got home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, I need that.
But for 2, going to a 5th seed, it's gonna change the opponents that you playing to. You know, as a 1 seed, you getting some of these opponents who've probably been playing a little bit bad going into the playoffs, or some of these people who just barely made it in, or some of these teams that are still a little bit beat up and they trying to still recover. So having the 1 seed is an advantage. Now, what I find extremely interesting about this, and I've gone on record and said this several times, it's not such a bad thing if Seattle loses, because
they play better on the road.
They play better on the road any fucking way. So if I'm the Seattle Seahawks, I'm not OD concerned about losing this game.
Right.
But the part that makes it interesting, this is a home game for the San Francisco 49ers. So this is actually probably the Seattle Seahawks playing in one of their best positions to get the number 1 seed. So I find it very interesting, this whole matchup. Full transparency, I was considering taking this bet in one of my best bets or dogs, but I was like, it's kind of hard to call. There's so many factors. The 49ers playing well, Seahawks playing well on the road, number 1 seed, Seahawks in control. It's hard. That's a tough one. It's a really tough matchup to call. I mean, initially I was leaning 49ers, going with a good home dog. But it's only a 1-point spread, so I mean it's really a pick 'em. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? How do you
I don't know.
feel
I think the way that the 49ers been leaning on Christian McCaffrey, and the way that Brock Purdy has been playing, he's been playing phenomenal in the last couple weeks. Like, he's just been in his bag.
Yeah.
You know, he
was out there dancing.
Yeah, he doing the Euro into the Dougie with the bell ring, the maraca shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in his bag. So the way that he's playing right now, they do need to address that defense, because they gave up too many points to the Chicago Bears. Now,
Way too many.
I don't know if that's the 49ers defense, but Bobby, Saleh, you need to tighten up. And I think he'll tighten up a little bit against, Sam Darnold, because Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson's offense, that's a completely, different type of offense right there. They was just wheeling and dealing. But I don't know. If I had to lean or pick a side, I'm going to pick with the hot hand right now, even though Seattle has been playing pretty hot as well. Mm-hmm. But I think,
some wins.
the 49ers at home dog, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy playing well, Kyle Shanahan. I like the 49ers, man. I like the 49ers.
I was leaning to say the same thing, but I don't know. Seattle on the road I don't know. They're scary. Yeah. They are scary on the road.
I need to see Seattle get Rashid Shaheed involved a little bit more on offense. They try to implement him a little bit. They got a couple packages for him, but I need to see him get more targeted more offensively, and things like that before.
I feel like Shaheed is still kind of got that Saints role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where you go take the top off.
Yeah,
special teams. They don't really have like a huge expectation out of him in terms of like regular route running production. I don't know if he's just your big play guy. So you pull him out, or you just run certain routes to try to get him on a big play, and you don't really have much expectation out of him throughout the duration of the game. I'm not sure if that's just him, his skill set, his ability to run routes, I don't know why that is in particular. It would be nice to see him more involved, but I don't know if that's just a skill set issue and, we try and use him for his strengths.
Yeah.
I think that would help.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think that would definitely help, but I don't know. I just don't have high expectations out of that. But I feel like offensively, you still got JSN.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because there's been a couple weeks where JSN hasn't been productive. You know what I'm saying? And we thought with the acquisition of Shaheed that it would make him a little bit more productive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So or
at least open up Shaheed.
Yeah, so I feel like, I need to see a little bit more of that out of Seattle. But I think I'm going to lean on the 49ers.
That's fair.
Until I see it.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then I don't trust Seattle's run game. I feel like they're not that consistent with the run game.
They doing way better with Charbonnet than Kenneth Walker.
They do.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so I think
I don't know what happened with Kenneth Walker.
They need to figure that out and stick to a plan and run the ball a little bit more, in my opinion. Like all year, they just haven't been running the ball effectively like I thought they would.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Next game that's on there is the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this one is for the NFC South. Now, there is a scenario where Carolina still loses, and Carolina loses and still wins the division, and that's if the Falcons beat the Saints. So, ironically, the Falcons have found their way back in the conversation to matter.
To make an impact, yeah.
But it's in Carolina's hands, It's a road game for them. Tampa Bay's at home. Very interesting matchup here. As I said at the beginning of the show, I do think Tampa Bay is cooked.
A lot of pressure on the Buccaneers.
But it's a lot of pressure. Now, if there's ever a chance to reverse some burnt cooking that's done, this is your final shot.
I'll tell you right now, if they don't win this game, Todd Bowles, see ya.
Peace out.
They gonna get rid of him, man. I mean, it's just what it is.
Yeah, you can't go. What would their record be if they lose 8-9?
Something like that, yeah.
Or no, 7-10.
7-10, yeah.
You can't go 7-10.
Yeah.
Especially with the start that y'all had in the season, and you getting healthier at the end of the season, and you not pulling out some of these dubs, division matchups you losing. That's not a good sign. So Todd, you gotta fight for it, brother.
Yeah, I mean they know what's at stake. Baker Mayfield and those guys. They already done. Hey, what happened in early on the season. We're 0-0 right now. So they taking it with the mindset of
it's one game.
But I believe after what we've seen for over a course of a month and a half, you can't just flip the switch like that.
He tried cussing them out, and they still came out there and lost to the Dolphins.
I think at this point in the season, we know who you are.
Yeah.
And you have shown who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Week in and week out.
And you are not that good.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be in a dogfight. I think Carolina probably comes out and wins. If Buccaneers manage to win, congratulations. But I think just because Carolina been slacking too, you know what I'm saying? Like they've been up and down. So it's like it's one of those things.
Carolina has some tough opponents though.
Yeah.
And they did get some tough wins against a couple tough opponents.
Yeah.
Now, for the large part of that last game they just played against the Seattle Seahawks, they kept the game. It was 3-3 in the first half. Seattle took off in the second half. But I do think the Carolina Panthers have been playing way better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been playing. So if I just got to go off of that alone, I'm going to go with the team I've been seeing recently play better is the Carolina Panthers more than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just can't trust them, chat. They've had too many must-win games and didn't win. I just can't trust them. Do they have a chance at beating them? Yes, absolutely. It's only a 2.5 point spread in this game for a reason. I get it. But if I'm going off a play, the Carolina Panthers have been the team that played better on both sides of the football than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's where I'm leaning.
Yeah.
But last one, that's very important. Another playoff spot on the line. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not gonna lie, DK Metcalf might have cooked the Steelers.
He might have.
He might have cooked them. That little fan reach up in the stand moment you had that getting you this 2-game suspension in the last 2 games of the season. He ain't like that.
DeKalen.
He ain't like it when you call him that.
I hope snuffing a Detroit Lions fan with a blue wig on was worth your team not making the playoffs.
The fan did a weird press conference too. Very weird.
DeKalen.
He ain't like that. He ain't like it, bro.
Snuffing fans and costing your team games. It might be, you might cost Mike Tomlin his job.
You think so?
He might.
First time not making it in a long,
he might.
Lord knows how long.
He might. I mean, you've heard him. Pittsburgh Steelers fans want Tomlin out. And I was having this conversation before. I'm like, Pittsburgh Steelers fans would rather give up. They don't appreciate what they have. Because you would rather fire a guy that's been taking your ass to the playoffs every year. Well, how about you wear the shoes that I wear? How about you wear the shoes that the Arizona Cardinals wear?
Yeah.
How about you wear the shoes that who else? The New York Jets wear. You don't want to wear those shoes.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
You don't want to wear those shoes.
I'm gonna play devil's
advocate.
advocate.
Them boys ain't seen a playoff in 30 years.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and give you a cross sport reference here.
Okay.
As an Atlanta native, grew up watching the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
As a fan of my home team, one of the Hawks' problems was they would constantly make the damn playoffs and then not really draft anybody. And you turn around and make the playoffs and you're not really drafting anybody. And you kind of just stay in this middle of the pack. Like, we know you can make the playoffs, but you're probably going to get your ass eliminated real quick and get up out of there. So if you keep doing that year after year after year after year, what does it mean? So I think for the Pittsburgh Steelers, with a team with such high prestige and high expectations, the Steelers have won hella Super Bowls. They're not one of those teams that's just like, okay, we finally made the playoffs. Like, that's not good enough for them. They have championship aspirations as an organization. So making the playoffs is a bottom tier expectation. I think for the organization, that's probably why they have, imposed this on Tomlin. But I will say, to Tomlin's defense, what have y'all been giving him to work with? Who's been the quarterback? Who's been a good, consistent quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers since Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah, I get it.
So again, I mean, he only has so much to work with.
Yeah. You hear that, Steeler Nation?
He only has so much to work with. I mean, and he's finding you gems. You know what I'm saying? Making Aaron Rodgers have a couple of productive games, having Kenneth Gainwell come up and show up and utilizing him in the right way in the offense. Once you had that injury to Warren, we found out what Gainwell could do. To Tomlin's credit, he started implementing them into it and got them in this position where they can even win. DK had a couple of big games. Not as many as we would hope, but I would also argue that that's because he's playing with a 40-some-year-old quarterback that's check down shawty and not going to pass the ball downfield. Aaron Rodgers is not pushing that ball downfield. Aaron Rodgers ain't doing no quarterback sneaks.
Nope.
He's standing in the back with his hands in his pockets when y'all go up there and talk about pushing somebody in the end zone. He said, no, I'm too old for this shit. Danny Glover voice, not doing it. So, I mean, with all those factors going on, I can't necessarily give Tomlin too much hell because he's working with what he got. I understand y'all got high aspirations, but that man needs some personnel. And TJ Watt been hurt too. Your best defender been hurt. So, yeah, y'all struggling. I get it. It makes sense. But they still in position to be able to win this division when nobody expected them to this season. So I can't give Tomlin too much hell. We didn't even expect them to be in this position with the Baltimore Ravens. We expected the Baltimore Ravens to have a runaway season, to be honest. So, very interesting. Couple things and scenarios still on the table, but might as well turn this into a wonderful time to talk about probably the most important part of this show, and that is the best bets.
Yeah.
We done talked about what's been going on. We done talked about what's about to go on. Talked about all these scenarios. But folks need to know who you picking. What is your best bets for Week 18 of the NFL season? And before you tell them, thank you. You performed a lot better this time.
Oh, my gosh.
You went 2-1.
Yeah,
we
it
both
was bad.
did.
It was, man, I needed it bad, chat.
Carolina let me down. You had one team let you down. Who was the one that let you down?
The Bucks.
The
Bucking Bucks.
The Bucking Bucks.
The mother Bucking Bucks.
Yeah, but 2-1, chat. So that was a solid week.
Yeah, good week, man.
And that brings you
rebound.
to a grand total of 19-28-1 and 24-23-1 for me.
Yeah.
So I got a positive record. A little bit above 500. Trying to end the regular season above 500. Go into the playoffs. Go on a nice little run. Let's get a winning season.
I'm gonna go ahead and shake your hand early because you got the victory this year on the bets.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, I got it last year. You got it this year.
Yeah, I had to fight back.
Yeah, but we're gonna finish strong this year, chat. This week, my best bets. First one, I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles -7 versus the Washington Commanders. Division game.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, division game. Philadelphia, they just played Washington like a week ago.
Yeah.
And they handled business
as
they should have.
As they should.
And I think they'll do it again.
Josh Johnson is out there again. Maybe he plays a little bit better because having some more reps. But, I mean, that defense is kind of clicking for the
Josh
Eagles.
Johnson has about 16 NFL jerseys from different teams. He's been on about 16 different teams in his career. Shout out to him, the real journeyman. You feel me? He's been able to stay on teams and stay paid and, whatever. I'm not mad at him.
Feed your fam.
I ain't mad at you, JJ. But Philadelphia, Jalen Carter, I need JC to come out there and make some plays.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, I need you to make some plays. Blankenship, let's get right. So I'm taking
let's dance.
I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles -7. We might see a Saquon game here against the Washington Commanders. Next game on the slate, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills -7. They were in a slugfest at home. Lost at the end of the game with a 2-point conversion, missed opportunity. I think Josh.
You had
Allen,
that one?
I got that one.
Oh, you had that one.
I think Josh Allen bounced back against the goddamn Jets. They are a garbage can. So give me the Buffalo Bills.
He's at dirty work. He's taking all my picks, chat. Go ahead.
I put it up there. Oh, you had that one? Yeah, I had that one. Then my last bet, I'm going against the grain. No more Tampa Bay Buccaneers for me, but they probably going to bite me in the ass this weekend. No diddy. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers plus 2.5. Plus 2.5 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the division championship to win the division, go into playoffs. I like what Carolina's been doing. You made a great point that they've been playing some tough teams and been competitive for a little bit, but they still been competitive in those games. I like how they run the football. Bryce has been playing well. I think this game T-Mac gets a little bit more involved. And I think they take care of business, man. So Philly -7, Buffalo -7, and Carolina plus 2.5.
Okay.
Lock it, load it, fire it. Foul.
Well, I like those picks probably because they're mine. But I'm gonna pull out some more. First one, give me the Chicago Bears -3 versus the Detroit Lions. I don't trust the Lions. I don't trust them. Let's just be honest.
I don't.
Because I'm a big dog. I do not trust them. They just haven't been playing well. They've been losing games. I do feel like they got robbed in that Pittsburgh Steelers game. But, you know, Coach made a valid point about we shouldn't have been in this position in the first place. And Ben Johnson was an architect behind that Detroit Lions offense. And I just don't know if they've been the same without him. So give me the Chicago Bears -3. Another one I'm going to take. This one is tough. But I feel like Raheem Morris has been out there. Him and Mike McDaniel been trying to pull a keep my job. You know, get some momentum, show some good fave. We've been doing well, guys. Look, we went on a win streak.
Yeah.
You get the Saints at home. I expect it to be a battle just because it's the Saints. But the Falcons -3 at home, given their performance, what they just put up against the Rams, given how they've been playing in division games, minus when they play the Panthers, they turn into pure ass. But against the Saints,
getting shucked tonight. We getting shucked tonight. We getting shucked tonight.
We getting shucked tonight. He getting sacked that night. The Falcons have been putting up, after years of asking for defensive ends, the pressure they've been generating, and they've been generating some sacks. And they said that this particular defense has generated the second most sacks.
Shout out to
team
Jeff
history.
Ulbrich, man.
So Ulbrich has been generating some pressure. He got some defensive ends to work with. They've been doing their thing. So give me the Falcons -3 against the New Orleans Saints. Now I was gonna go -7 for the Buffalo Bills for my last pick, but I'm gonna call it audible. Omaha. For this final one, I gotta go with a team that has been surprising a lot of teams in the division, and I think I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings -6.5 versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go with them because I believe the Green Bay Packers are resting a gang of players because they don't have playoff implications. So you asking Malik Willis and a couple backups to come out there, and the Vikings beat them with the players in. So if you take them out, I don't expect them to play any better. So as an audible, I'm going to go ahead and say the Minnesota Vikings as 6.5 as my third pick. So Vikings -6.5, Falcons -3, Chicago Bears -3. Those are my best bets this week, chat. Those are my best bets. But before we run off, folks still got to know something that you've done extremely well at. Folks got to know who's the dog of the week.
I'll tell you.
Hey, now.
Because I've been going strong for about 2 months.
Damn near. 7-game win streak.
Man, I'm going crazy.
Seven dogs in a row for this guy. 3 dogs for me. So last week we were both correct on our dog again. And as you shake my hand, I gotta shake your hand. You have accomplished.
Appreciate you, bro.
The dog feat of sniffing out the underdog that's gonna win. 7 in a row for you, 3 in a row for me, and that brings me to a total of 6-10 for the season, and you 10-6.
We rolling, chat.
So, very good. Folks want to know who you got.
This week, chat, we're gonna make it a smooth 2 months in a row. Dogs barking. What up, though? I'm taking the Detroit Lions, man. Put it all on the line. You know why? Because the Lions and Dan Campbell, them boys got grit, okay? That performance they just had last week, Jared Goff was awful, man. The ball was just all over the field, all over the floor, picks, fumbles, sacks, everything. It wasn't pretty.
No.
It wasn't pretty. I don't think the Detroit Lions are going to fold like that at the end of the season, especially being an underdog. You know what I'm saying? They're going to end the season right. They're going to win. Give me the Detroit Lions to win against the Chicago Bears on the road.
I got to say, this is probably one of my least favorites.
Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson. End of the season matchup. Dan Campbell mad that Ben Johnson took his playoff spot. Oh, yeah. Give me the Detroit Lions.
Hey, man. You've been right by the dogs. You've been right by the dogs, but I got to tell you, this is one of my least favorites. But I'm going to go with North Carolina. Go ahead and raise up. Straight up. Just like a helicopter. I'm going to go with the Panthers over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
I don't trust them.
Can't trust them.
Can't trust the Bucks. The Bucks have fucked themselves out of the playoff spot, and I have no reason to believe that they're gonna show up miraculously and be a different team on the last week of the season. When somebody show you who they are, believe them.
Believe.
That's just a life. That's just a life quote, chat.
Yeah, it just doesn't apply.
Same applies to football.
It's life. It's a life thing.
Same thing applies to football for me. They didn't show me who they are, and I believe them. So give me the North Carolina Panthers for the dub, man, and that's simple as that. I don't think I need to go into too much of a deep analysis or breakdown on that. I think what's been said has been said, and I think at the end, Bryce Young gonna be running off the field smiling again.
Yeah.
So that's all we got.
Onyx Odds.
Yes. I don't get it. Like, if somebody tell me,
hey, bro, if you give me $10,
I'm gonna give you $100 back. I'm gonna get $10. You gonna give me $100 back? Y'all gambling anyway. I don't gamble on those odds.
Hey, bro, give me $10. I'll give you
$100 worth of stuff
with another zero on it.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, for free $25 bets along with your 10 that you still got. You can still use your 10. You can still use your 10 and place that bet. So really, you getting 110. You getting 5 bets. I don't get it. But
do this for him real quick. Build a parlay with your best bets and your dog and see what that payout would be on a $25 bet.
$25 bet?
Build it right there. Can you do it right there?
Real quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it on Onyx Odds real quick. On my phone. I got you.
Yeah.
I think
share it.
I can shot it, screenshot it. All right. So Ty's Wi-Fi is trash. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the screenshot right here, chat. You're gonna be able to look at it right here and see the payout on it. See, does that make sense to you? $25. You put it on there and you're getting it for free. The only difference is with a free bet is you're not getting $25 back because you didn't put it in there. That's the only difference. But can't beat that.
Yeah.
So tap into Onyx Odds, hit that link in the description, and what you gotta lose? You was already gambling. You degenerate.
Right.
But anything else you gotta tell the people?
Well, since we was talking about parlays.
Making money line plays.
That's it,
Man, all these bets continue to pay because I need that money today. Yeah, man. I hope y'all have a safe and wonderful New Year. It's been a fun ride throughout week 18 of this season, but we ain't all the way wrapped up. Don't wrap me up because we still got the playoffs. So we're going to see y'all in the new year for more NFL action, and I will be back because I'm feeling that itch to talk about more basketball. So, catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
And Soul Grease. Happy New Year, chat.
I'm out.